Why I'm quitting neverness to everness. Now guys, we got some really... What? Bro, don't do this. Do not do this in front of them. What? Okay, yes guys, I lost my nursing gig. I don't work as a nurse no more. I know I was telling you guys I was working as one. As you can see, I do got the vest on, so I want you guys to just imagine what type of work I'd be doing. Sadly, I don't have the hat. Actually, no, thank God I don't have the hat. Because I would have this clown over here saying that I'm a failure, which is funny. I say failure when I be saying other Gacha games are failures, but like apparently the ZZ community thinks I'm a failure. Gotta love to see. Either way, let's get into this video. So why he's quitting neverness to everness. Let's see what he has to say about it. Let's see what he has to say. Let's see if it's valid. Let's see if it's some tribalism, which I highly doubtful. This guy seems okay. I haven't watched the video, but let's see what it is.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I am doing another one of these videos. I know this video is going to get me a bit of flack, and of course if you guys just clicked on it without reading the title, then well, let me put it
then how's that even possible? If you click on the video without looking at the title, quite frankly I don't know how you would even do that.
Big bold letters for you. I am quitting neverness to everness. Yes.
Now, do I feel like this might be a little performative? Some could say. At the end of the day, he is a content creator though. He, they, she, them, whatever they go by, because it ain't a problem of, hey, shout out to the pride people out there. There ain't no disrespect over here, because I go into stuff to start with an F and then with a all right, we getting way off topic. We not even 17 minutes into the video. I got to relax. Okay.
Cue the "this isn't an airport, don't need to announce your departure" comments and all that stuff. And I just want to say, fine, sure, you know, at the end of the day, do I need to make this video? No. But this channel,
why not, bro? Go ahead.
Is built on me giving my opinion on stuff. And obviously, if some people can find solace in the fact that they might agree with me, then I think, I think that's good. That's good to have. So yes, obviously, as you can see in the title of the video, I'm quitting NTE. And for once, it's not for a bad reason.
Oh, base? Base? Is it base to say that they're quitting people or hating on NTE for no valid reason, even though it has a perfect gacha system, decent 1.0 story, and an actual good like in-game loop? Who would have thought?
At least it's not the game's fault. It's not you, it's me type shit, right? And I just want to explain that because obviously, my channel is predominantly Wuthering Waves based, and as we all know,
now some would say that you are a Kuro bot for that. Now listen, I ain't gonna lie, I'm just saying they would call you a Kuro bot. Is this guy a Kuro bot? I don't think so. I mean, already you starting off the video pretty fair. Just let me know.
Set some pretty near impossible standards for other games.
Okay, now I do find this interesting though, and hold on, let's let him finish.
Now, I'm just going to get into it. The reason why I've quit NTE is because my standards are just so high. I think the gacha system is amazing. I really do. I think the no 50/50 is just so good. I think that the way they do the gacha system with, the little playing board.
It's the best gacha system, period. And mind you, this is coming from somebody that spends money on Wuthering Waves, by the way. Go to all of my summoning videos. If I'm not feeling lazy, I will link it up 6 or 7 or one of the places, right? The amount of 50/50 I've lost, the amount of money I've lost. NTE is a game for the whales and for the free-to-play players. It's just like you can't hate on it, quite frankly, and I just don't understand. I do understand, you literally cannot hate on, there's nothing to hate on NTE about. Think about that, right? There's not much you can hate on NTE about. Now of course there're going to be the slow people saying, oh, AI this, even though every gacha game is using AI, and NTE came out and said they was using AI, but of course that's normal. But
weapon ban is actually not too bad. I actually think that the character designs look really good,
very great, even though people were saying it was AI, which is false information. False information.
False information. I haven't played 1.1, and that's the problem. That is the problem right there.
No, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. Listen, when Wuthering Waves came out, was I quick to play the story? Absolutely not. Not only because it was garbacho, but it just wasn't interesting at the time. Let's just keep it a bug. That's another thing I don't understand. The Wuthering Waves people comparing NTE to their current story right now, which why are we acting like Wuwa's story was good? And dare I say, let me not even say that until until Renacida. Dare I say? And I know that's gonna be crazy for people to say, but bro,
this is why.
I know we feel nostalgia over it now, but bro, that was such a from a story standpoint, genuine horse port. All right,
I'm quitting because at the time of recording this video, it's been about 1.5 to 2 weeks since 1.1's come out, and I have had zero excitement to play the story. And for me personally, for you guys it might be different, right? You might just want to stay along with the game and just see how it goes. But for me personally, I'm just not excited by the story, and for me, if I'm not excited, then what's the point?
Now I do feel like this is a little bit unfair. I do feel like wait. I do feel like it's a little unfair because NTE is only on their 1.1 story. They had a great 1.0 story, quite frankly, better than Wuthering Waves. I don't care what nobody says on this planet. NTE 1.0 was better than Wuthering Waves 1.0. Please tell, like, honestly, ask a player what do they remember from 1.0 outside of freaking Scar, Yang Yang. I forgot. I literally forgot the red hair girl name. Like, it was that garbaggio. So, like, genuinely, there's not much to like reminisce on 1.0 and Wuthering Waves. NTE, we had the freaking Tagedo. That whole Tagedo thing clears anything from Wuthering Waves. Unironically, it clears anything from Wuthering Waves. Anything. But
thing is, in games like this, I have a trend, right? I need to like the story to play it. I can't just play a gacha game for the characters. No matter how good the characters are, I have to like the story as well. Which is why I ended up quitting HSR eventually, because, you know, the story for me, I just lost all interest in the story.
That is fair, but as a guy that is not really like, I don't know, it depends. Like, if I'm a content creator and I'm playing the story, I kind of have to care about the story. But at the same time, it is a gacha game though. See, look, I'm a player that came up, I grew up on Dragon Ball. Look, I grew up on Dragon Ball Z, Dokkan Battle, and Dragon Ball Legends. If you played those games, you already know both of those stories are buns, quite frankly. Buns. So it's not really an issue for me. I'm more so like the in-game type of guy. Okay, what's the in-game loop? And the story is just like some extra slop for me to eat, quite frankly. I'm just keeping it a buck, bro. I'm keeping it a buck.
Endless. I lost all interest in the story. I kept playing for a little while for the characters, right? But at the end of the day, I ended up dropping that as well. Arknight's the exact same thing. Obviously, I didn't just drop that because of the story. I also dropped that because of the gacha system. I just hated it, but we're not.
Yeah, that, I mean, not only the gacha system, but the PayPal situation. Again, a huge gaming company somehow allowed their system to let people take $10,000 out of my bank account. All right, either way, I'm trolling.
I'm gonna go into that rabbit hole. And the problem is, I know that I will get flack for this video because I'm basically, some people will think, well, I'm comparing it to Wuthering Waves, right? You're not giving it time. You know, you gave Wuwa time, but you're not giving NTE time, and that is the problem. I acknowledge that, right? That this is.
Hey, at least you know, and as long as you address it, then that's all that matters. Quite frankly, the other comments don't matter. Quite frankly, at least you're addressing it. Now, some people are gonna be in bad faith. See, this is why, at least if I'm gonna be an NTE shell, right, I'm gonna at least do it in good faith. At least he acknowledged that he didn't give NTE time like he did Wuthering Waves, which is kind of unfair. But I can say I can say I respect it, but I feel like it's probably NTE should probably just be like a back burner game. I don't think you have to quit it completely, because I mean, you log into Wuthering Waves. I mean, what you log in for like what, 6 or 7 minutes? No exaggeration, by the way, 6 or 7 minutes, and then do the dailies, and then that's it. Like, no, like, see, I'm playing Wuthering Waves, NTE, ZZZ. What else am I? Shoot, I might add in another gacha game. Who knows? Honkai Star Rail. I might as well. Who knows?
Toxic standards. This is completely toxic standards, and you're okay to think, well, you're an idiot, right? You're an idiot. You gave Wuwa all this time. You probably gave it until like 2.0.
Low-key, to all the creators that gave Wuwa its time. Now, okay, technically the only reason why they did that was because Genshin Impact was the thing at the time in Honkai Star Rail, if I'm not mistaken. So it really was nothing else to play. So that's the only reason I would have sticked out Wuthering Waves. But as soon as I saw ZZZ, I was out. I was out because it just was appealing to Gunner aesthetic, which somehow is now ruined the game, quite frankly. But that's a story for another day. Either way, right? The only reason that I'm just really shocked that the people end up staying for Wuthering Waves, considering NTE was a thing, not NTE, ZZZ was a thing, and that's what flocked me over there. But because I quit Wuthering Waves because it was garbage. Like, man, let's keep it a buzz, bro. It was garbage, bro. It was garbage. I don't want to hear no one glazing Wuwa 1.0. That, like, I'm so for real.
Giving NTE a bit of the time, and I just want to say, yeah, you're right. But the problem is the gacha space is different now. Wuthering Waves and Kuro Games have shown me, at least, these games can be something more, right? Obviously,
Shoot, they can when they have the time to build. NTE, I feel like you ain't giving it a little bit of time to build, but again, you already acknowledge that, so ain't no point in really harping on something to the past. You feel me?
It does have its flaws. It does. And I don't want to make this video about Wuthering Waves, but obviously I need to set the groundwork out to, you know, make sure that I don't get absolutely flamed, because this isn't a video shitting on NTE. It's not, right? This is my own personal sort of like opinion about the game.
And valid base, quite frankly, base. Now, is the comments gonna agree with you, or is Twitter gonna agree with you? Honestly, I feel like the NTE community is fine overall. Outside of that one daily, what's that one guy that was trying to use tribalism on Kurobots, even though Lacrimosa somehow did sell more than Niyaki. So it is just a fact, but you know.
And again, that's my opinion. I'm allowed to have an opinion, guys. And maybe some of you agree. and some of you don't, and that's totally fine. But because of Wuthering Waves setting these standards, these toxic standards, they are way too good standards for the gacha space. I just
whoa, calm down there. Let's calm down there, because setting the standards, that 50-50 ain't a good standard. I'm sorry, but like once NTE came out with the no 50-50 game, I promise y'all, I cannot, with good intentions, say anything like no. And honestly, I'm probably gonna stop spending money on Wuthering Waves just because of that reason. Quite frankly, I'm tired of the 50-50, bro. I'm just done with it. NTE has the model. Like I'm sorry,
you can't give any other gacha games any sort of reading room. And again, is that a flaw of mine? Probably. Do I like the game still? Yeah, but I'm just not into it enough, and that's the problem. I'm just not into NTE enough. I like the exploration, I like the characters, I like the world, just the city in general. But there is so many gacha games coming out soon that, well,
keyword coming out soon. Ain't nothing out right now. NTE, bro. If anyone says Anata, I swear to bro, on wallahi, Anata's not doing a thing to NTE, bro. Anata not even now. Anata's scared of NTE. Anata's scared to release a public beta test because NTE might take some of that stuff and improve the game, which already has been doing, by the way.
Ending Cadence looks more my taste. Silver Palace looks more my taste, right? And if I'm thinking like right now, well, I'm eventually probably going to drop NTE for one of these games, why not just drop it now and, save time and money, right? And again, why I'm making this video is because I'm sure many other people have this same sort of sentiment with regards to gacha, because there is a fatigue about gacha. There really is. There's so many coming out, big and small, where you almost have to pick the games that you want to play at this point. And I don't want to incite tribalism or toxicity with this video. I just want to give my opinion. I want to get this off my chest. That's what YouTube is for, right? That's what these videos do. It's just me getting my opinion off of my chest. I genuinely could not slander NTE if I wanted to, right? I think their usage of AI in the beginning was lazy, but at the end of the day, if they're fixing it, then that's fine. As long,
mind you, they said they was going to use AI as well. So, if anyone want to say anything about that. Now, do I agree with the way they use it? Not really. I don't, quite frankly, but at the same time, do I really care that a freaking AI movie, Gen AI movie is being played while Fadea is going to give me a hand associated with the job in the movie theater? I just really don't think so. And if I do think so, then quite frankly, I would just be lying, if I'm being honest with you guys. So I don't really care about that. Plus, they said they was going to use AI, but they took it out anyway. So
as long as it's properly not used in the main story or anything like that, it's just used for background, cutting corners for developers and stuff like that, reducing dev work time, that's totally fine. I think any company can use that, Hayokuro, whoever, right? And to be honest, if you do play the game and you disagree with my opinion, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. You have a right to disagree with my opinion just as much as I have a right to have an opinion. And I've had some fun streaming the game. I've actually streamed the game as well, and you can see that I've had fun playing the game. I've had fun rolling, I've had fun doing the story, but it just didn't grip me enough. Yes, you could say, well, it's only 1.0, give it a chance. And you know what? You're right. I should really give the game more of a chance. But again, if it's not hooking me personally, my high standards, then what is the point?
That's fair, but again, you do have to let it cook. We have to let it cook, because look, Wuthering Waves did not get good to bro. I don't care what nobody says. Renesita is when this game has started to really be on my bar, quite frankly. If I'm really being strict, until Cartathea came, quite frankly, 2.2, when I was like, okay, yeah, this game is peak and nothing's beating it, quite frankly, story-wise ever. That's when I was like, okay, nothing can compete with Wuthering Waves. Once 2.2 hit, for me personally, that's when I was like, oh yeah, this game's on another level, like Gacha game was, right? Outside of that, I was like, okay, what's going on? You feel me?
Right? Because these other games like Rewinding Cadence,
and then mind you, I still wasn't playing, it still was not my main game. Believe it or not, ZZZ was my main game until they started doing this stuff now. Then I'm going back to Wuthering Waves, and now it's decent. It's actually good. Quite frankly, I was waiting on NTE. Now NTE is just I ain't gonna lie. If I had to rank it, which one am I? NTE is priority all day. Quite frankly, all day. Especially when 1.2 come out. No, come on.
I guess Ananta, if that ever comes out, right? People comparing NTE and Ananta already. Come on, guys, the game's not even out yet.
Yeah, which is just I'm not taking them people serious no more. The people that cope about Ananta when we have not had a public beta test, any other gameplay announcements for almost about 6 or 7 months, and no date, nothing about. We don't know nothing about the story. We know nothing about the characters.
Yeah, ultimately, the reason why I'm quitting NTE is not because the game's bad, it's because my standards are bad, right? They are badly high. And, the reason why I'm making this video is because maybe some other people agree, and if you don't, that's fine. But at the end of the day, as I always say, you can play what you want to play. You're allowed to like what you want to like.
Of course.
Some people see me as a guy that's, very manipulative and all that stuff. I've seen some crazy stuff about me online. But the thing is,
I haven't seen anything about you online.
At the end of the day,
I am out of tune with the CC space though. Even though I'm subscribed to a lot, but I don't know what be going on. So I don't know if this guy been saying anything crazy or not.
Are allowed to play it, and that's totally fine. And if you don't like a game, you're allowed to drop it. There's this toxic mentality in gaming nowadays where you have to like this game. You have to like. Same with Wuthering Waves. If if you don't like the game for an actual proper reason rather than just spreading misinfo.
There's a lot of reasons why you can not like Will and Ways, by the way. Like a lot, especially for a new player. Like, quite frankly, 1.0 was so bad. Like, and this is so crazy to say. 1.0 was so bad until Scar came for me personally. And what else? Bro, he was the highlighter of that. I ain't gonna lie. What's her name? Yinglin as well, I think her name is. Bro, outside of that, bro, get out. Stop. Like, genuinely stop.
Then you're allowed to drop the game. You're allowed to say, you're allowed to voice your opinion. And again, this whole video is not me declaring war on the game. It's not saying, hey, guys, go slander NTE because Neon Infinity doesn't like it. Guys, if you like something, just play it. If you don't, then don't play it. And I'm going by that. I'm living by the sword and I'm dying by the sword. If I don't like the game, I'm not going to play it, and that's just...
And that's base. That's base, bro. That is completely base. Do I think your reason for it is a little unfair? A little bit. But, at the end of the day, if you're going to play, you're going to play. This is about it.
How it's got to be. And that is why I've stopped playing, simply put. But yeah, that is why I'm quitting NTE. Probably not permanently. I might return to it. Who knows? The gacha system is very forgiving to a point where you can just probably get on for a patch and just get the character.
Quite frankly, you can. That's why I'm like, anyone talking about, and notice this, right? Notice the discourse about NTE. Notice how they only talk about the AI, and they want to talk. That's literally all they talk about, or they say that the side mini games are bad, which is just like, sure, I guess, but they can't critique the story. They can't critique the combat because they haven't played the combat, and they can't critique anything else. And mind you, I would understand this if this was in good faith, but most of the time, it's just people saying AI slop, not knowing that all the gacha games they play is using AI. Get out.
Like, that's how forgiving it is. So, at the end of the day, am I quitting for real permanently? Probably not, but I am quitting indefinite, right? Because rewinding cadence for me just looks really good. It looks really, really good. I can't lie, guys. Maybe I'm falling into another sort of gacha hype trap, right? But thank you all so much for watching.
We will see. Regardless, we'll give it a like. Whoa, not dislike. I meant like. I quit Genshin Star Rail infield despite spending a bunch of money, much more in Genshin than others, and quit because the story didn't stick. I relate to you. I do not relate to you. I ain't gonna lie. Mind you, listen, I'm a guy that played Dragon Ball Legends, which has a PvP in that game mode, and I quit that. Mind you, I spent so much money on Legends. Like, you and I are so different after all. This is worth a waiting time for improvement. If not, people will not return. This is worth a wait. Okay, the same reason I quit AKE, honestly, because infield mask, okay, fairs, the game was fun at launch, but quit it early because the story didn't gel at all. Sticking with a game like this long term when the story isn't great is hard. It's version 1.1. You guys already want perfect story and end game at 1.2 and go to new game. Move on. Okay, I don't know what he's saying over here, but I do agree with him right here. This is the 1.1 version, and guys, I'm not trying to do no comparisons, but if Wuthering Waves is this top-notch game, you do realize you're not getting to the top-notch stuff, aka cough Renacida, until way later on in the patch. And that's not to say all 1.0 and through is bad, right? But Renacida is just easily better. Like, it's not even comparison, quite frankly. It's really not. So I do feel like that's a little bit performative, but outside of that, guys, I think this was pretty valid take. Like, you agree? Yeah, I agree as well. I think this was a valid take, and honestly, come back to NTE when you want. I'm still playing NTE. I'm gonna keep playing NTE. This game is just too good to quit. It's not. I literally cannot complain about anything with NTE if I wanted to, outside of some miscellaneous things, bro. Quite frankly, so like, I don't know.